We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Chesam and Beis Meseches Nazir. This is Nazir Daf 48b. The Brisa continues, Hamat Talmud Lomar Li Oviv Imo. Again, so why does the pasuk need to say that to his father and his mother he's not allowed to become tamei, referencing the Nazir? Don't we already know that? And so again, the Gemara now says, La Aviv Imo Hu de lo metame. It's only to his father and to his mother that he's not allowed to become tamei. Aval metame hu lemeis mitzvah. But the Nazir is allowed to become tamei to a meis mitzvah. And the Brisa continues, Achalo Yomar Yeshli Bedin. If it didn't say in the pasuk, wouldn't I have already known it from the following limud? Nemru klolos bekohen gadol. It says general prohibitions of becoming tamei meis by kohen gadol. V'nemru klolos benazir. And it says the same thing by Nazir. Ma klolos amuros bekohen gadol lo avivenu metame aval metame lemeis mitzvah. If the general prohibition that is said by kohen gadol, so it's only to his father that he's not allowed to become tamei, but he's allowed to become tamei to a meis mitzvah. Af klolos amuros benazir. So to the general prohibitions by Nazir. Liyav ivenu metame. He's not allowed to become tamei to his father. Aval metame lemeis mitzvah. But he is allowed to become tamei to a meis mitzvah. O klach l'derech zur. Maybe you should go in the other direction. Say as follows: Nemru klolos bekohen hedyud. It says general prohibitions by kohen hedyud, by a regular kohen. V'nemru klolos benazir. And it says similar general prohibitions by a nazir. Ma klolos amuros bekohen hedyud metame liyaviv. Just like the klolos, the general prohibitions by a regular kohen, he is allowed to be metame to his father. Af klolos amuros benazir metame liyaviv. Maybe the general prohibitions by a nazir, he is allowed to become tamei to his father. And so the Brisa says, Talmud Lomer, the pasuk says, liyaviv uli imo lo yitame. Again, he's not allowed to become tamei to his father or to his mother. Hala meis mitzvah metame. But it means to say that to a meis mitzvah, he is allowed to become tamei. But the Gemara says, Hami boile lomar she'ein metame liyaviv. But one second, don't we need the pasuk to say that he's not allowed to become tamei to the father? You just said that we wouldn't know otherwise the relatives if not for that. So how can we darshan from liyaviv ul imo to darshan that meis mitzvah is allowed? Maybe it's simply telling us that he's not allowed to become tamei to his father. Ela la'aviv lomar. So rather you're right. It says la'aviv to tell us she'ein metame la'aviv, that he's not allowed to be metame to his father. But la'achiv, why does it say la'achiv to his brother? So there it is, la'achiv eino metame, to his brother he can't become tamei. Hala meis mitzvah metame, but he's allowed to become tamei for a meis mitzvah. U'le'imo, and what do we need le'imo for? L'gzeira shava l'chid Rebbe. We need it for the gzeira shava of Rebbe that we had on the previous Amud. That was the gzeira shava that said that he's allowed to become tamei in terms of other kinds of tumah that are not tumas meis. Let's say tsaras, he's allowed to become tamei, or let's say ziva. U'le'achoso, and what do we need the pasuk to his sister? L'chid Tanya, that we need for the following Brisa. The Tanya we learned in the Brisa, la'achoso, it says to his sister, matam and lomar. What does the pasuk need to say that for? Harei shahalach lishchod as pischod. The chiddush is, let's say the person is going to do a mitzvah like shechting the korban pesach, v'lomul es beno, or he's going to do a mitzvah like bris milah for his son, v'shama shemeis lo meis, and then he hears that he has a dead body he has to take care of. Yachol yitma, I might think in that situation he's allowed to become tamei. Amrit lo yitma. So we say he's not allowed to become tamei. Yachol lo yitma lemeis mitzvah. Now I might think he's not allowed to become tamei for meis mitzvah. Also in this situation, he's going to do an important mitzvah. Plus he's a nazir. Talmud lomer la'achoso. So the pasuk says la'achoso. La'achoso hu deina metame. He's not allowed to become tamei to his sister. Hala meis mitzvah metame. But he is allowed to become tamei for a meis mitzvah. And the Brisa continues, Rabbi Akiva Omer, Rabbi Akiva says, Nefashos, it says in the pasuk Nefashos, Elu harachokin. From there we learn that he's not allowed to become tamei for rechokin, for non-relatives, and meis, then it says the word meis, Elu hakrovin, that refers even to the relatives, and so therefore, La'aviv u'le'imo eino metame. So then it says we already know he can't become tamei for the relatives, then it says his father and his mother, he can't become tamei for them. What does that mean? He can't become tamei for them, Aval metamehu lemeis mitzvah, but he is allowed to become tamei for meis mitzvah. And Rabbi Akiva continues, La'achiv, it says to his brother. What that means is Shim haya kohen gadol v'hu nazir. Means to say, let's say he's both a kohen gadol and a nazir. So then we darshan La'achiv eino metame. He can't become tamei to his brother. Again, avol metamehu lemeis mitzvah. But he is allowed to become tamei for meis mitzvah, even when he has both. Even when he's both a kohen gadol and he's also a nazir. La'achoso, and why does it say la'achoso? Chidetanya, like the following brisa, Harei shaya holech lishchod es pischo v'lam las beno v'chulu. Again, for that same halacha we brought before. Let's say he's going to shecht korban pesach, or let's say he's going to do a bris milah. Even in those situations, he's allowed to become tamei for a meis mitzvah. And Rashi explains, Rabbi Akiva Omer, Rabbi Akiva says, Kishu Omer al nefesh, when it says by nazir al nefesh, Hare rechoken amurin, that refers to the non-relatives. Ucheshu omer meis, and when it says meis, hare kuven amurin, that refers to the relatives. So liyaviv u'li'imo matam lomer. Why does it say liyaviv u'li'imo? Ela liyaviv u'li'imo eino matame v'chulu. Rather, it means again he can't become tummy to his father or his mother, but he is allowed to become tummy to meis mitzvah. And Rashi notes, Rabbi Akiva lo mashma le me'imo klum. Rabbi Akiva doesn't learn anything from imo. Ela agrora damer me'aviv nosva krach. Just once it says aviv, it also says imo. And so that's why the Gemara continues, Rabbi Akiva, Gezerah Shava de Rabbi Menale. According to Rabbi Akiva, where does he learn the Gezerah Shava of Rabbi? And Rashi explains, Rabbi Akiva, Gezerah Shava de Rabbi Menale, de Kohen Gadol Metame ben Nigo v'zivaso shalaviv. How do we know? How does Rabbi Akiva know that a Kohen Gadol is allowed to become Tameh in terms of tzaras and ziva? The ilu l'didei lo mashma le mi li'imo klal. Because again, like we said, he doesn't use the word li'imo. Hakamar da grora nosva kral. Like we just said before, the imo is just brought together with the yaviv. So again, where does he learn this Gezerah Shava of Rabbi? Amar Lach, and the Gemara says that Rabbi Akiva will respond to you. Kevan de Amar Mar, since the master said, "Am I a Kohen Gadol v'Nazir?" Nazir? That if he's a Kohen Gadol and a Nazir, li'achavenu metame, he's not allowed to become tameh to his brother. Aval metame hu lemeis mitzvah, but he's allowed to become tameh for meis mitzvah. So mali Kohen Gadol lechudei, mali Nazir v'Kohen Gadol. Is there a difference between a Kohen Gadol alone, or if he's both a Nazir and a Kohen Gadol? And Rashi over here says, Amar Lach, Kevan de Amina Shemaya Kohen Gadol v'Nazir li'achavenu metame. Aval metame hu lemeis mitzvah chsibe v'Kohen Gadol v'Nazir. The point is, again, a Kohen Gadol and a Nazir is allowed to become tameh for meis mitzvah. And what does it say by a Kohen Gadol and Nazir? It says lo yitma lehem b'mosam aval metame b'nigamu v'zivasam. It says again, b'mosam is a problem, the tumas meis is a problem, but saras and ziva is not. And we understand mali Kohen Gadol lechudei, mali Kohen Gadol kashu Nazir. What's the difference if it's just a Kohen Gadol? The metame b'nigo v'zivaso shalav. If kol shekain the Kohen Gadol lechudei mutter. If a Kohen Gadol that's a Nazir is allowed to have this tumah of tzaras and the tumah of ziva, so certainly if he's only a Kohen Gadol, that would be mutter. L'tameh b'nigam uv'zivasam. Certainly if he's just a Kohen Gadol, he doesn't have the Nazir prohibition, he would be allowed to become tameh for tzaras and ziva. And the Gemara continues, Ula Rabbi Yishmael. According to Rabbi Yishmael, he was the Tana earlier in the Brisa. Kohen Gadol v'hu Nazir Menale. Where does he learn that if the person is both a Kohen Gadol and a Nazir, how does he know that meis mitzvah is allowed? And to that the Gemara says, Kevan d'shara rachman achad lav gabe meis mitzvah. Once the Torah already allows one negative commandment in terms of meis mitzvah, so mali chad lav, mali train lav. And what's the difference if it's one lav or two lavin? What's the difference if it's just Kohen Gadol or just Nazir, or if it's both a Kohen Gadol and a Nazir together? And the Gemara continues, according to Rabbi Yishmael, achoso lamali. So what do we need achoso for? Rashi explains, "Ulachoso lamali kolomar im kain del Rabbi Yishmael nafkale Kohen Gadol v'Nazir." If it's true that Rabbi Yishmael learns Kohen Gadol and Nazir misham mali chad lav, mali trei lavin, because there's no difference between one lav and two lavin. So above, what did achoso teach us? Achoso lamali lemishri pesach umila. Achoso above, it was used to teach us. Let's say he's going to do the Karban Pesach, he's going to do bris milah, but again, that should be the same idea. That should be learned from the fact. What's the difference if it's one? What's the difference if it's two issues that are being faced? And the Gemara says, no, we do need the pasuk of achoso, because I might have thought kishar rachmana lemeis mitzvah nazir v'chohen the isur lavihu. I might think that when does the Torah allow meis mitzvah? That's by a combination of nazir and kohen, where we're only combining the prohibitions that are negative commandments. Avol milo pesach dekaris, but when you're starting to add on issues like mila and issues like Karban Pesach, which represent issues of kares, so lo yitav lemeis mitzvah. So that I might have thought the person should not become tameh for meis mitzvah kamash malon. So that's why we needed the pasuk of achoso to say, even if he's on his way to do mitzvahs that involve kares, even over there, he should become tameh if he has a situation of meis mitzvah. And we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Tes Amud Aleph.